which no amount of dialectization or ideological recuperation could justify. When pain persists without remedy and nothing else exists besides its pointed compression, its tightening, a kind of paradoxical, if instantaneous flash goes off, a momentary insight occurs. Something like a pure attestation of being becomes possible. Une sorte de j'ai mal, donc je suis. A kind of I'm unwell, I'm in trouble, but, or therefore I am. It is not that I am in the sense of a sudden retrieval of self. I am no more than the piercing pain that is tearing me apart. Et de telle façon que je ne suis plus moi, mais ce mal même, this madness of pain. Nancy, who is very French on this point, fixes the split-second flash of pain as a double or reverse of the bang of jouissance. You can't imagine a German, right, or an Anglo coming up with jouissance in this context. Pain and jouissance, which can be, he says, seen as a pain that succeeds, very French, share the extremity of such a radiating flash pulsing from that place where being, utterly exposed, is external to itself, posed outside any soi, any self, as pure, explosive, flashing, ripped, thrown. This extremity does not take place except within the split between pain and the extreme point of pleasure. When the punishing thrashes of pain come down on you, you are at a loss for words. The fiction of agency collapses. Even so, you are preparing your testimony. If one can do no more than testify, attest to that which cannot take place, it is also because the solidity of empirical ground slips away from under pain, leaving it to grope in the dark, fumbling for language when it seeks description through the intercession of an as if. It's as if my head were splitting open, or doubling the stakes of abstraction. I feel as though I'm going to die. But pain is destructive of language's capacity to name. Unshareable, it bores through language. Virginia Woolf once said that we know how to describe great torrents and we capture tempests, but we cannot convey the essence of a headache. That's my paraphrase. The language that seeks to get a handle on pain becomes dependent on a speculative grammar for its expression. Rather than offering confirmation of the empiricalness that we thought we had recourse to, it radiates through metaphoricity. Pain exists unjustifiably to disfigure, leaping about abrasively in figural language, searing your sacred idiot body. Thanks.
Very much for this painful lecture.
Unjustifiable.
It was a double lecture, so we don't need Jean-Luc. And now I know I always travel with very strong painkiller. So I don't believe in God, but I believe in Ballerone. You know? So, and
well, that's God nowadays.
Right, that's God.
That's where he went.
But still, I think it's especially in a time in which the body has become such a strong focus of identity, you know. Also for us, nicht internet stuff, and the question is a body back or is a body lost, and what kind of body? I think this very phenomenological approaches out of certainly also biographical experiences, as we all know by now, unfortunately. I think is very, very strong and very enlightening for us to see how we can liberate the body from reason. That is how I like to read it. And my question to you would be how you connect this with what two philosophers in the past who have worked hard in this direction. One is Spinoza, and his insight that the body and the mind should not in any way connect it. They maybe have an impact on each other, but they have no causal connection whatsoever. That was the first, they are parallel in their ways. So whatever the body does, the body has to justify, not my mind, not the reason. And Nietzsche, following this, was talking about the reason of the body, die Vernunft des Leibes, which also said, reason, stay away from it. It's not your business. So is that something which you could relate as ideas which started to understood the idiocy of the body, the sacred idiocy, as you said at the end, or is that tradition you have to attack with your new way of dealing with it?
No, those are very helpful references, certainly. I'm certainly, in many ways, following the Spinoza and Nietzschean lines. I'd just say very modestly at this point, and out of extreme fatigue, that, and you're right. First of all, I want to thank you for introducing me as being capable of working within abstraction and all that, because that helped me get through this. I always feel that I'm inflicting damage on the body of the other when I give a talk, that there's a violence in having you sit in these uncomfortable postures and in fatigue and all. I'm very conscious of it. So it helped me to think that you at least warned everyone that this was coming down the pike. And you're right to say that I'm trying to work with very contemporary, especially American, fetishizations of the body, as if there were the body, as if it were a kind of substantial entity, or as if one could reduce it to a single recognizable entity. My displacement and shift, and the fast one that I try to work on, is by going really to the kind of body that is stifled by silent chronicity of illness. And what does illness, especially in Dostoevsky, and even though Nietzsche, of course, is the philosopher of the great health, and he shows gratitude to his collapses and his different modalities and moments and experiences of illness. What I'm trying to work with is the near extinction of mind and body, which I think would be more humble and concerned and non-knowing than, let's say, what Spinoza and Nietzsche thought they were excluding or including. See, so I'm really in the zone of the extremely defective, neither, almost the living dead body and mind. So,
yeah, I understand that, but is it not, the interesting point is that because it still tells us maybe more about the body as such than in the the health situation in which the body becomes invisible and subconscious, and we live with it, and it's our pride, so to speak. You know, that is certainly what Spinoza thought about it. The body feels well, so the mind is also okay, even if they have no relation to each other. So I understand this, but still, in Nietzsche and Spinoza is this aspect of liberating the body from our reason.